Welcome to Michael and Games and welcome back to my Jeep. So in this video I'm going to be doing my oil change. It's been I think about 2,000 miles. I think I got her at 158,000. It's now 160,000 or so. Alright, so it might be a little hard to see, but there we go. It's 161,000. So maybe about 3,000 miles I think, but alright, let's do the oil. Alright, so if you're new to cars and everything, I'll just do a quick intro. You need this. It's an oil catch, oil pan. Flashlight if you need it. This I don't need, this I don't need, maybe another video. And then your clamps for getting off your oil filter. All right, let's get started. The oil catch goes right under the engine, right where the oil pan is. That little bolt there is where the oil will come out of, the drain plug. And the oil filter is right up there. This is the Inline 4, by the way. For my drain plug, it seems to be a 5/8. Hopefully you guys can see. All right, so you just get that on there. Now you do want to be cautious. It's freaking hot. So I'm not sure if you can see it right now, but it was a little too tight. So I'm just gonna get this. And there we go. Breaker bar, gotta love it. And you want to watch the exhaust so you don't burn yourself. Okay, there we go. Okay, not hot. A little warm. Okay. Yeah, good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, thank you. All right, so as you can see, came out a little bit on me. We're good. Okay. All right, so while that's going to be draining out, I put a whole bottle of sea foam in the oil 3 days ago or so. Usually you don't do that, but anyways, you know, I got DiamondLube in there, so it seemed to be running perfectly fine, really cleaning out the oil. As you can see, it is like black now. Looks like it did its job. So I'm going to put some Mobil 1 in. I'll show you what I'm using, by the way. Okay, so it may be hard to see, but if this does happen to you, you spill oil all over the place, just go get a bag of Oil Absorb from your local auto parts store, and you just throw it on top of it. The stuff soaks it up, and then you can like use a vacuum if you want, or a broom, and you just sweep it up and throw it out. All right, so I have a Mopar oil filter and Mobil 1 high mileage synthetic. It is 5W20. Now it is summertime, so usually that might be a little too light. You might want to use 10W30, but I do have DiamondLube already in the engine, so we'll see how she runs once we start her up. All right, so basically when it fully drains out, which is, I mean, it's still dripping a tiny bit, but it's good enough now. It's been about 10 minutes or so to put the drain plug back in. That's that piece right there. Just gonna screw it right back in, and then just make sure the fill plug goes in there straight, and then just torque it down a little bit. Not too tight, but not too loose either. All right, so once you have the fill plug in, now you're gonna go for the oil filter. And with that, you're gonna use that tool. I know this might be an awkward video because of how dark and bright the light is, but whatever. Once you clamp on the hose clamps, you just gotta size it with that nut on the end there till it fits, and then you just clamp it down. So once you clamp it down, you're just gonna make it come towards you. So you're gonna pull it this way. All right, so the clamps didn't work. It keeps slipping off, it's tight. So this is what I was talking about.
Okay, now it's dripping right on the exhaust pipe.
It's fine, we'll let it dry, wipe it off. Watch out.
Ah, it's dripping.
You're good.
All over my head.
All right, so I finally got the oil filter off. Some put it on way too tight. You're basically supposed to put it on by hand and then just a quarter of a turn torque it down a bit. But basically you do it by hand and just make sure it's tight. Somebody put it down like a full turn, maybe a turn and a half. Like I wasn't sure if the threads were gonna be okay. It looked like the threads were fine. Here, let me see. If you can see the threads, I may put a little circle around it so you see what I'm talking about. The threads look fine. Damn it. Mosquitoes are starting to come out, it looks like. But yeah, so let's put the new oil filter on. Just puncture the new seal, pop it off. Basically, you want to get your oil or finger wet. No, and you just get the seal around here wet. Damn mosquitoes. And then let me get a little more oil, and you put it on the threads, and that should be good to be put on. Is it going on?
I don't know. We'll see. There it goes.
All right, good.
Just to get it finger tight like that and a quarter of a turn. That's it. That's all you need.
All right. All right, now the most important part, putting the oil back in. All right, so this one actually is the 2.5 liter, so it takes 4 quarts of oil. So you get a funnel, make it a little easier for you. And there's oil.
It's going to be hard to see. I might spill it.
You're good right there. And then it's a little awkward because we do have it up on the ramp still. And you just fill it up to 4 quarts.
I think this is a 5-quart container. So
yeah. Alright, and how much is left? About a quart?
2 quarts.
2 quarts, so probably 1 more then. So now just cap up what you have left, save it for later, whatever you need to use it for. And then put the cap back on after you take the funnel out. Make sure it's all dripped out of the funnel too. You don't want to drip it or waste it. And make sure the cap is tight.
Yep, it's on there. That's it.
You can turn the flashlight off, I think.
Right.
There's
Just in case those things pop out, stand back a little. There you go. Sounds good too.
Yeah. Alright, sounding pretty good so far. The oil cap is on. The belt is running. And let's go inside. It's hard to see, but... So the oil pressure is just at half, so that's good. Fuel full, we're good. And let's get the mileage. 161,084 miles. So basically you want to let it run now, probably 5-10 minutes, just to let the oil fully work through the system, fill up the oil filter, check the oil again, make sure you're good, because the oil filter does hold a little bit of oil, just to make sure at 4 quarts and you're good. So anyways, let's wait a few minutes and see. All right, we just took the dipstick out, cleaned it off. Now we're gonna put it back in and see how the oil level is. So just put it back in. Make sure it goes all the way in and then pull it out. It's right in that middle, it looks like.
It's like right at the middle is safe.
Okay, so it should be good. All right, so that about does it for this episode on my Jeep. Just changing my oil. And maybe consider subscribing if you liked it, and if you've never done your oil before, well, now you know how to. So this wasn't really going to be a how-to video, but I guess it's partly. So anyways, have a great day. See you next time. Maybe consider subscribing.